How good is the 2025 Fantic XE300? What is it actually good for? And we are giving this motorcycle away. That is what this video is about. This is the final review video of the 2025 Fantic XE300. We got 52 hours on this motorcycle. Everything from Baja, Mexico to hard enduro here in Colorado. I have put this thing through its paces. I have a lot of feelings and opinions about it. I'm going to share those with you right now. Also, this bike is getting given away on October 9th. So there are still a few days left to enter. Please go to highland-cycles.com to see how you can enter to win this bike. Now, let's talk about it. If you are new to the channel, I brought this Fantic in long before Fantic had announced that they were coming to the United States. I dealt with my good friend in Romania who owns Extreme Parts. That's who I got to purchase the motorcycle for me. Then I dealt with Carlos Cheeseman to get the motorcycle here. I got it here in January, so it's been here now for 9 months. Again, I had no idea that they were coming to the United States. I just decided that I really wanted one and I wanted to test ride it because I'm a big fan of YZs and I knew that this was heavily based on the YZ. And it did not let me down. This bike has been absolutely brilliant. I really, really like this motorcycle. Let's just do a quick rundown on what it actually is for you guys that are new here. This is 100% YZ250 chassis. The frame, the swing arm, the forks, the wheels, everything is 100%. The shock is 100% YZ250 from Yamaha in Japan. The motor is based heavily on the YZ250 motor, but it is an Italian-built motor by Moto Minerelli in conjunction with Fantic, and it is a YZ300 more or less. The transmission is YZ. The gear ratios are a little bit different, but it's basically a YZ transmission. The clutch is basically a YZ clutch with tiny little differences, but it has a 300cc cylinder. It's got throttle body fuel injection from Delorto. It's got an Athena SX1 Pro ECU. It's got a hydraulic clutch using a Brembo master cylinder and some other super rad slave cylinder. I cannot remember, it doesn't matter, but a really good slave cylinder. This bike is very, very, very much a YZ on steroids, which is exactly what I wanted, right? I wasn't looking for a hard enduro bike. If I wanted that, I'd be buying a European bike. I was looking for a fast, modern YZ, and that's what this is. Now, people are going to jump on here and it's not a YZ. It acts and handles just like a YZ, and its nature is very much like a YZ. The way the power is delivered is very much like a YZ. The super cool thing is, though, with the ECU, with the 300cc and the electronic power valve that it has, it is much more usable than just a straight up YZ. Also, the electric start is brilliant, so that helps in every way. I really, really like this bike. If you are looking for a GP style bike, a hare scramble style bike, a desert style bike, this thing is amazing. Honestly, motocross, if you want to run with a headlight, this thing is absolutely brilliant because it just rips. It's super, super fast. But with the 300, it's got a little more low end. With the ECU, you can dial traction control, and you got two different maps on there, so you can get the thing acting just like you want it to act as far as power delivery, as far as how fast you want it to break the tire loose, or all that good stuff. The hydraulic clutch is brilliant. It works really, really well. The feel is good. I'm going to go over all the upgrades we did to this bike, so don't worry. That's coming here a little bit in the video. It's obviously got an 18-inch rear wheel, a kickstand. This bike is really good at going fast, in my opinion. It's not the best at going slow. One of the things I don't love about the motorcycle, if you're trying to use it for hard enduro, is that the clutch is very much like a YZ. When it gets hot, it's very off and on. It's not a super smooth engagement. That is the nature of YZ250 clutches in my experience. I've had lots of YZ250s. If you're gonna use this for go fast, it's absolutely brilliant. Let's go over the high points of this motorcycle. Amazing fuel injection. Probably the best fuel injection I've ever ridden out of the box. Zero spooge out of the exhaust, but also plenty of oil on the piston. I've looked down into the cylinder, through the spark plug hole. The piston looks great. I looked through the pipe. It looks great. Everything's oiled up and happy. The response is perfect. The fueling seems to be perfect. The map switch does a lot, but it also gives you a lot of control with traction control in each of the maps. Honestly, the fueling on this bike is the best I've ever had stock out of the box. The chassis is amazing because it's a YZ250 chassis. If that's what you like, it's really good. Now, if you don't like YZ chassis, then it's not going to be your favorite. But if you like YZ chassis, this thing is amazing because it's just that. The electronics on the thing, honestly, have been really, really good. I've had no problems whatsoever. Early, the 24 models had a little problem with some connector sensor. Anyway, had some issues, fixed on the 2025. No problems whatsoever. It's been perfect. Honestly, the oil injection, I would put that as a big high point because it's worked perfectly. It seems to pull a lot of oil. It drains that tank pretty darn fast. So it's putting plenty of oil into the motor, but it's not spooging out everywhere. And it seems to be, the motor seems to be really, really robust. I would say the hydraulic clutch is really good. It's just as good as any other one. It's done the right way. It's, you know, the slave cylinder's on the left-hand side of the bike. So it's pushing the clutch open from here, not pulling like the Magura style with, anyway, it's not some afterthought. It's, the cases have been changed. Starter motor, that's another huge bonus on this thing compared to the current KTMs. Starter motor sits right here on top of the motor, right underneath the throttle body. So if you needed to change it, because someday the starter motor is going to go out, that's what they do, you don't have to take the motor out of the frame to do it. Bolt come out, new one goes in, frame or motor stays in the frame. Super good design. Also, I like the design because it comes in from where, down here, let me show you, comes in right here, right where the Kickstarter was. So it's just, instead of redesigning things and having to put a clutch and all the stuff on the flywheel or all that, it's just like really the four-stroke Yamahas. They put a clutch on, you know, a sprag clutch on one of the gears behind there where it used to spin the Kickstarter, was spun with the Kickstarter, excuse me. And anyway, it's great. Really good design. I would say that the design, the overall using the design of the YZ250 motor is a big high point. That's a great motor, guys. It's been around for a very, very long time. It's worked really well for a very long time, and I think it's awesome. Electronic power valve, huge thumbs up. As soon as KTM did that with the 23s, best thing they could do, honestly. Such a good design. I used to hate that, like, extra electronics, but it seems like it's really working well. It looks to me like it's got the exact same actuator as the KTM. I can't prove that, but it sure looks like it. I love the fact that you can put YZ250 pipe and silencers on these things. Now, you can't use the Fantic pipe with a YZ silencer or a Fantic silencer with a YZ pipe because the interface between those is different. But if you switch the whole system out like we did here with our Oxa, then you can just use any YZ and it works out great. I love the fact that the fan is a Spall fan. It's a very good high-end fan from Europe. It works great. The fan system, the cooling system works really, really well on this bike. I love the fact that wheel bearings are YZ. I love the fact that forks are YZ, fork bushing, all that stuff is super easy to get a hold of. It's not some weird off-brand. Now, there's not a lot of off-brand stuff out there anymore, let's be honest, except for Sachs from Beta. That is got some off-brand stuff. But I do love the fact that it's all just KYB, super easy. And it's KYB that's tuned to a YZ chassis, which is, in my opinion, the best setup for KYB, because Yamaha and KYB have worked together forever to build a relationship and to build parts, and that's what that stuff was originally made for, and so it works really good on this chassis. As far as durability goes, it seems great. I mean, I've only got 52 hours on the bike, so it's not a ton of hours, but it's been really, really good. Zero issues. Fires right up with the button. So, let's talk about a few things I don't love. I don't love the fact that you have to hit the start button for the bike to light up. The start button is what turns on all of the ECU, fuel pump, and all that stuff. It turns the ECU on. I don't love that. That's not my favorite thing. I've already mentioned it. It would be the clutch. I really wish they had gone with like a steel basket clutch like the KTMs and some of the other ones, because it's just a better it's just a better clutch. I think they could have done better with the clutch internals. They could have upgraded that, especially for a bike that's $11,500. Seems like, man, it would be nice to have a billet clutch basket and hub. The bike has been great. It's been amazing. Now let's go over all the things we've done to it. Let's start with probably the coolest thing we did to this bike are these DelSaggio FSR 48 forks. Huge shout out to DelSaggio for those. Those things are the coolest suspension upgrade I've ever done on a bike ever. Now we valve suspension, we do amazing things with TBT, but as far as just buying parts, those things are incredible. The upper tube is billet aluminum, machined out of one solid piece of aluminum. DLC coated bottom stanchions, full sphere cartridge inside. It's got the Sphere 3.0 setup, so it's got a bladder up here in the compression valve. All the parts are hard anodized and beautiful and gorgeous and just absolutely brilliant. That's one of the coolest things we've done to this bike, along with the KYB A-Kit shock. That shock is incredible. We've got valving in there from TBT. We've got our valving in it, matched up with the DelSaggio forks. This bike is the most planted yet playful thing I've ridden in a very long time. It is so, so good. We got our Mako 360 from XC Gear. We got the SX version because it's just sexier, a little bit lighter. We've got SXS handguards and skid plate. Oxa pipe, I already mentioned, with their silencer. We've got the R Enduro Easy Clutch to make this just buttery smooth and nice. Carapax five down and 10 back foot pegs. Hammerhead forged brake pedal. Bulletproof Designs rear brake and caliper guard. Front disc guard and radiator guards that we worked with those guys to get the right spacers made because this does use a different radiator than the stock Yamaha. So it's actually a little bit bigger, so it cools better, which is nice. We got DDC rear sprocket, stock chain, which is a really good high-end DID chain. Got an MSR chain guide and Bulletproof Designs guard for the swing arm to protect that because we all know YZ swing arm chain guide connection's not the best, so that's all protected and happy. I think that is about it. Oh, it's got the ProLock 360 in the rear wheel that is coming with it. If you win this bike, you'll get the ProLock 360 probably before it's available. I don't think they're going to be available anytime real soon, unfortunately. This bike is absolutely decked out. I really, really like it. You guys are probably going to ask about fuel mileage. I don't know the actual mileage on this tank, but down in Mexico, going flat out quite a bit, it did fine. It was at least 65, 70 miles, even in the open down at sea level. So I'm assuming up here, probably 75, 85 up in the mountains in the slower stuff. So really good mileage. Oh, that would also be another thing I don't love about it. I don't love the black tank and the fact that you can't buy a big one yet. But I think with being in the United States and selling more and more of these things, and the fact that they've got a real race team here in the U.S., obviously lots of race teams in Europe, and they're doing really well on these things. I think Chirby's, that's who builds this tank, will most likely come out with a big tank for it, and that'll be awesome. It's been really cool. I've been super, super fortunate to have this thing early and get it way before everybody else, and I'm really excited to get this to the next owner. Now, we are only doing 2,000 entries. There are still entries left, and there are still a few days left. The giveaway for this thing is going to be October 9th. The end of the deadline to get your entries purchased or sent in is October 6th. There are free ways to enter. It's not just by purchasing something. If you go to highland-cycles.com, you can buy stickers, you can buy merch, things like that. That'll get you entries to win this thing. I'm really excited to give this thing away. I will be delivering it to the person who wins it anywhere in the US, maybe Canada. I think we have some Canadian entries. We'll figure it out. We'll get you the motorcycle. This thing is rad. I love it so much. Final review on this bike, big thumbs up to the Fantic XE300. If you're looking for a fast bike or just trail ride, but I guess what I'm really trying to say is this is not a hard enduro bike. Do not buy one if that's what you're looking for. I really don't think it's good for that. I know they have a hard enduro team, but honestly, I just think you could do way better with a different bike. You'd have to do so much work on this thing to make it good in the hard enduro. You have to do almost no work on this thing if you want to go ride it fast. I mean, honestly, bone stock, you put a skid plate on it, handguards on it, and you're good to go. You really don't need to do anything to the fueling, to the suspension, because again, it's KYB SSS stuff, which is really freaking good when it's on a Yamaha. So realistically, you could buy one of these things and just pin it. I like the Fantic. It's been amazing. Thank you guys for watching the whole series on this. Make sure you go check out the whole series. There's a playlist on our YouTube channel. Check that series out. Make sure you get entered to win this thing, guys. It is rad. It's going to be so much fun to have. I think that's all I got. Thank you so much for joining me. We will see you on the next one.
Oh man, I kinda can't believe I'm giving this bike away.